Hi, I was just reflecting on the state of the world. There is a lot of destruction and violence and preventable death, disease, inequality, just a lot of human suffering which no longer needs to happen. We as a human race are fully capable of eradicating suffering for all if we are committed to it, if we desire it, and if we act in these ways. I think we all inherently know this, and I think it can be difficult to talk about at times just because everybody has a different agenda to an extent. But when we really get down to the base of it, all of us want to know ourselves. All of us want enlightenment and freedom. All of us want this sense of home and comfort and abundance and joy and contentment. This is the same for everyone, and this state, this inner state of peace and joy and abundance is experienced the same in everyone. It's the same frequency. We're all going for a same core frequency. That's why when we discover somebody who's really vibrating at this energetic level, we feel drawn to them because that's home. We know that that's within our bandwidth. We know that we are also able to operate at that level. The challenging thing at times is that people manifest this in different ways. They can be operating in that frequency because they are totally in harmony with their being and with the way that they perceive their life and reality, but it may not be the best use of their time in the grand scheme of things, in furthering the goal of collective human enlightenment and global sustainable peace. So that's where we need to reflect and think, how are my actions contributing to the peace of the world? We're human, we're limited. At the same time, though, we are not human. We are consciousness. We are this life energy force operating beyond the human realm, beyond the human body, beyond thought, beyond emotion, beyond disease, beyond circumstance of any kind. And this is the source of all manifestation. This is the source of everything. This is from which everything emanates. And we're becoming more aware of this. We're becoming more conscious of this. We're becoming more intelligent and more wise vessels of this. Because as humans, we're directing the flow. We're choosing what to bring forth into manifestation by our own free will. There is divine will, this will that calls us forth, this will that wakes us up, this will that pulls us. It's this gravitational pull, so to speak, pulling us into higher realms of spiritual discovery and human experience, human life on this planet. That's how we've been able to get this far. But how are we using this? What are we going for? What is our overarching vision as a humanity? The UN has 14 sustainable development goals, one of which includes eradicating world hunger, another includes eradicating extreme poverty. These are things that we want. We just have to unify in vision. It's hard when there are billions of us on this planet and we all have free will and we're all able literally to exercise it in any way that we wish, as we've seen, as we've done. It takes desire and possibly guidance to wake up to this global awareness, this awareness that we are one and that we are on this planet for a certain amount of time, and that yes, this life is about our own progress and evolution and experience and joy and expression, and it's also about furthering the development of the world. And what kind of world are we leaving behind? What kind of world are we creating today, and what kind of world will we be leaving behind? I think these are important questions to consider. What do you notice as you observe the world? Again, going to this understanding that everything is emanating from this one source, which is constantly calling us forth into higher manifestations of good. We come to understand, this is what I was getting at earlier, we come to understand that we actually are limitless. We actually are infinitely capable of anything, of everything, as we've seen demonstrated. Genius, human genius, demonstrated in a variety of ways throughout history. People rising to the challenge, rising, evolving. There is stasis and stability, and that's important too. Homeostasis, maintaining a steady inner sense of peace, a steady grounding vibration. It can be very helpful and reassuring and grounding and stabilizing for the collective. However, at the same time, there are changes that need to happen, changes that we can direct and allow through us as we open up to the desire to want those changes to happen. Do we want peace? Do we want world peace? Do we want every single human to have the opportunity to live a healthy, safe, long, creative, productive, joyful life? Is that something we want? Maybe it's not. And that's okay too. I'm not condemning, but it would be pretty cool if we all were joined in this collective dream. And we're working toward this every day. Thanks. Something to contemplate. Bye.